welcome back for another book review. Today we are talking about this one. So this is The Kitchen Witch, your complete guide to creating a magical kitchen with natural ingredients, sacred rituals, and spellwork by Skye Alexander. So as the title would suggest, for the most part this focuses specifically on kitchen witchery, and it goes over a lot. Tools, the wheel of the year. It has a huge section for an encyclopedia of ingredients, and it's got some spells at the back. It's got kind of a little bit of everything on specifically for the Kitchen Witch. I gave this one a 4 out of 5. So I was kind of surprised. I went back and forth for the first little bit of the book because sometimes she would remember to bring it back to the topic of the book. And then sometimes it would go off on the tangents, which I've noticed is a thing that a lot of authors do, where they talk about it like they have a book on like a specific thing, and then it's like they forget. And then they just revert to the same information. And then they're like, oh right, yeah, the topic. And I don't know, it's like, it's listening to people ramble and then they like go off and just continue going off. And then they're like, oh yeah, that point. And then they like veer back. It's what it feels like a lot of times. And she had this a few points in the book. So it's kind of like miffy of like, with it. But then when I got to the encyclopedia, that really solidified it for me because it is the most comprehensive one for specifically cooking, because there's so many of the like books, and as somebody who has needed to research these things, most of the time I can't find it in a book. I have to go look online. Iffy at best on those anyways, and honestly most of the time I'm like, you know, it's probably just all made up at this point. We have different reasons for things. Sometimes people use it because of, like, specifically for cooking, it'll be like, because of the color it's recognized for these things, and this is what it's for, obviously. And then some it's like growing conditions, and some it's just how the plant like functions as a whole, not necessarily the parts that like we would ingest. And some are cultural, and there's just a host of different reasons. And then it gets real weird when like reading through this, I was like, hey, so let's take my options. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stick with it. I'm waiting to get tested for sureties, but whenever I ingest dairy, I feel like I have the plague. And then I take allergy meds, and then it takes it from plague to like day 1 of a cold. And within like a day, I'm fine. So, and it happens within like 10 to 15 minutes of eating. So yeah, pretty sure I'm allergic. And so when I'm reading through this and you're talking about like milk and butter and stuff, it's like cool. So how would that work for me with my plant-based ones? Do the plants somehow stop having the previous things and they adopt in the like butter or milk and become that association? Is that how that works? Because it does become that thing. Like having, like, we'll take soy. Soy is like very versatile. Soy can become a burger. It can become a milk. You can make it into tofu. You can make it into tempeh. Or you can just have like the roasted soy beans and just eat them edamame. So like there's a lot of variety with just that one plant. Does it all mean the same? Because honestly, you could mix and match them. If you have edamame, it's green. And yet if you have like milk or tofu, it's more like milk colored, like a white creamy color. But then like tempeh is more of a brown, but then also like tofu can become that brown if you brown it and you cook it. I don't like to cook mine that much because it hurts my gums. I like mine a little bit more soft, just warmed substantially, but not crunchy. I hate crunchy, but also not like silk tofu. Ugh, it's awful. I don't like where it's almost a liquid, but not. Oh god. I had it at a sushi place once. Nasty. But that's one of the things that I was kind of disappointed, is she doesn't even address that at all. And it's like, but we exist and it's getting more common. How hard is it? Because now, like, I think personally, whenever I think of like a milk offering, I'm gonna be real. I don't think the Fae, I don't think Bridget, or any of the others that you would give milk to, is gonna give a crap if your milk is almond milk or soy milk or oat milk or coconut milk or whatever milk alternative you're gonna use. I don't think they care, to be honest. If anything, like, almond milk is really sweet, so the Fae would probably be down for that because they like sweet stuff. And I mean, some people would argue that it's like processed, but also milk is processed, so you know, you shouldn't have raw milk. That will probably severely injure you and or kill you, so don't do that. Pasteurized if you're gonna bother with that. But like, I wish there was a little bit more for that, because then it does leave me having to leave it to my own devices, which again, I would usually just circumvent it of like, okay, well, the butter looks the exact same whether it's made from milk or it's made from whatever they make it out of. I think it's a combination of different things, and it is brand specific, because I think like, I don't even know, does Daya make butter? I know they make a lot of things. They make cheese, they make cream cheese, they make cheesecake, they make pizza, like they have everything. So I don't know, maybe they have butter, but like they're switching a lot of their stuff to oats. And so like, do you combine the meanings? Do you just pick between the two? Would I pick the meaning of oats, because that is in here, or do I pick the meaning of like butter or whatever? And you know, like it gets a little weird. So I'm curious from the other vegan witches out there, which do you do? Do you do a combo situation? Do you just gloss over where they're like, but the butter must be real butter, must be made from milk, and you're like, I'm good with my earth balance, thanks, because it's a lot better. And or Miyoko's or whatever your brand is. And same with like milk or even protein sources, because like if you're talking about like having a burger and you have like your Beyond Burger, like are you focusing more on like the pea protein aspect of it or the beet protein coloring thing to it? You know, it gets a little complicated as vegan witches, so I'm curious how y'all do it. But on a whole, like when I've been researching for my own books, trying to find like the random ingredients in your kitchen, this would have been helpful to have, because a lot of places don't talk about them, and it's like, oh, it's here. This would be like, this is one that I really would like to have as just a reference book for when I'm doing my own books, because it's like inevitably it's gonna come up. But on a whole, it was actually really good. That was the thing that really kind of made it for this book, was that section. The spells were okay, but like, I don't know, they're kind of, I don't know. Her spells are always my favorite. There was one that I did like that was like how to like summon in more witchy friends and stuff, and I was like, probably need to do that, because it would be nice to have more witches around us instead of more Mormons and just Christians in general. It would be nice to have some fellow witches around. But I don't know, the spells were okay. They're not, her spells aren't usually my favorite. I prefer more like Deborah Blake style than hers, but maybe they're up your alley. Obviously, I'm gonna recommend this if you are a kitchen witch, if you're planning to do some kitchen witchery spells. Again, you don't have to be like a full-fledged, like that's the only kind of witch you are, but like if you're gonna be doing a spell involving food, this is a pretty good book. Really, the encyclopedia section of this book is like the biggest thing that makes this book. I mean, there's other stuff too if you're interested in becoming a kitchen witch, it's got stuff. But if you're needing a good like reference book for like the crap you're probably gonna have in your fridge and in your pantry and stuff, it's got it in there. And it's pretty well written on that part. Again, minus having the weird vegan situation. But I'm sure fellow vegan witches exist, and they will answer us in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to a bunch of stuff, I post Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and the last Thursday of the month, and then on Saturdays. I know, the one tiered is once a month, which is weird. But listen, I couldn't decide what I wanted to put there, and the tier plan initially for that one, I changed my mind, because that was going to be every Thursday, and then I switcherooed it, so here we are. One of these days, maybe I'll add something else to that tier, but for right now, it's just the end of the month, and that's that, so it's fine. You just long-ish video sometimes, maybe? Not really, it's like 15 minutes, but I don't know, because then I hate having to like record and then stop and then pick back up after like 15 minutes to let the camera underheat every time. I get tired of that. Like, that's why I don't do long videos, because I don't want to waste a whole day having to record, because I have to stop every 15 minutes to let it underheat for like 10 minutes every time, and that gets iffy. It can only do that so many times before it's like, nah. I need like an hour cool down between, because it's an older camera. So yeah, I don't like to play that game. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to check it out, patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. You can also buy my books. My 10th one is coming. life just happened, so it kind of got delayed. But it is coming. We've got the edits. I just need to actually do them. And then I need to do the audiobook. I need to record it and edit it and get that done. Because if I don't do it before I hit publish, Path of the Witch, I'm still doing the audiobook. Like, I have to do it before. Otherwise, I just won't do it. I just hate it. Because, like, I'll catch things and then I can't be like retroactively fix it and then like keep re-uploading the manuscript. It's just, and I just don't care anymore because I'm done with that. That project is over. My life with it is done. It now lives with the readers, so I don't really feel like dealing with it anymore. So I have to do it before. So yeah, it's coming. One day it will be here and I'll have my 10th book and it'll be great. But in the meanwhile, you can check out my other ones down below. Until next time, thank you for coming along for my epic rambles, and I will see you all soon for another book review. Blessed be.